Good evening, everyone. This is Cheney Dodo, and we're back. I'm just doing some... This is a test stream. I don't even know if I'll upload this, but I just wanted to play some games and start posting some gaming content again. I've been thinking about posting some Shiren the Wanderer. It's a very Mystery Dungeons is kind of like a niche genre, but I've been enjoying playing the game, and I was thinking about starting a new playthrough just for something to do. And for most of the story, I'm just going to be skipping through it. This beginning part, there's a drought happening in the land. So we share some of our food. One of the gods is angry. I also have to check where this, Oh, treasure on Serpentcoil Island, baby! That's what we're here for. This game is quite fun. I've already played through the main story on my first playthrough, my first profile. And I've done quite a few of the optional side dungeons. I haven't done everything, but I figured that this would be a very fun stream game. Or just video game to make some videos for. Amnesia in the boss fight. We're not locked in. I don't know if this is winnable, but it's definitely intended for you to not win, is how I'd put it. I feel like I should script some of my intros. It's been so long since I've done any videos. Oh. So what do we have, is my first question. I lost this on my first playthrough. Antidote grass? Leaping grass is really good. 3 wind blades? Dude, you have to use the 3 wind blades first. Can I check what this is? No. You can check what the enemies do. Unregistered. Useless. You can check what the enemies do. This guy's blocked, so he can't hit me here. I think immediately you just Windblade. He's still blocked. We're just gonna use another Windblade. I'm concerned about the dragon more than anything. I'm gonna use the 3rd Windblade. Dude, it's crazy that they give you 3 Windblades at the start. This could be a rejuve pot. rejuvenation pot is empathetic. Dude, if that's invincible grass, probably sealing staff and empathetic staff, and try to get over to that grass up there. Because if I can get to the north side of him, you can't go that way. Okay. We're gonna. I want a sealing staff first, because I don't want him to poison me. And then we'll swing the empathetic staff. We should be able to take a third hit. Now we have to use a rejuve pot. I don't know what we dropped. It was antidote grass. He's already not sealed again. Dude, that's crazy. It was antidote grass. There was 2 antidote grasses and a third one. I'm gonna go forward. Leaping grass seems good. I think I used the leaping grass here. Okay. We can take 1 hit. You're alive again? We can take another hit. We should probably confusion scroll here, is what I'm feeling. Maybe we'll let the other guy get closer. Now, I should have used the confusion scroll last turn. I'm gonna rejuve pot first. No, we're dead. We're so dead. We needed to seal him again. I should have used the confusion scroll. That was, is this invincible grass, please? Or a cup. It's not what I wanted. We need to use this to get rid of the slow. We want to seal you. We can't. Okay, that's fine. Is that sealing staff? Get the confusion grass is good. We need the sealing staff again. Oh my god. I don't know how close we actually are. I don't even think the empathetic staff is doing stuff right here. Yeah, okay, we want to... We're gonna throw this first. Kill you. I guess not kill you. I'll swing the empathetic staff here. Okay, the dragon. Yeah, it might be doable. Like, 3 wind blades is pretty intense. I was hoping that one of the grasses was invincible grass. That might be doable. It's definitely doable, just not for me, you know? This is just kind of like an audio test. I might redo this after seeing if the audio's alright. Get a more professional sounding run. Or I might just post this, you know? Jakaku. This guy's after the peach staff, or the peach club. It's a pretty cool item that we will be doing a dungeon for after the post game. It's a pretty hard dungeon. At least I had a lot of trouble with it my first couple runs of it. My first couple attempts of it. Do we have to visit anywhere? No inventory. We can grab an onigiri from the old guy here in the house. I remember this from my first playthrough. I think it will automatically give it to you if you go straight out there. Or maybe you start with a large onigiri. Sometimes it's not, like, you don't need to grab that. You have plenty of food, I think. Let's get it. Let's get it, boys! Bracelet? Poggers, we didn't miss. You just kind of have to guess, you know? Once you have it identified, you can go to this checklist here, and you can kind of, like, know. But, oh, this is a monster find bracelet. You can see the little red dots on the map. There's a couple different ways you can know what it is. I'll just name it, like, later on we'll use the checklist, but because we haven't identified this already, we'll just name this, like, Monster. Confirm. I don't want to fight too many of these at once. This might be dangerous. There we go. Just rest up in front of his face real quick. So one thing that's different about this game compared to the other mystery dungeon games like Pokemon, that's in Western audience, that's pretty much the one that most people are going to be familiar with. The regeneration rate is much quicker. So you can, like, you get 1 HP per turn when you're just walking around. So oftentimes you can kind of kite enemies. I'll kill you first. Get level 3. Oh, my hubris. Okay, we're good. It's a little rough. It's a little rough. This might not be the best advice, but I like to stay like 1 level above floor level. And generally that's good advice. You can get over leveled and then rush some floors, which is generally a little bit better depending on if you have a way to over level yourself. Some floors are much more dangerous than others, so it can be valuable to level yourself early and kind of run through the dangerous floors real quick. But we'll just do whatever. We have the monster find bracelet, so we can kind of just kill them as they spawn. I might get level 4 real quick before we head on. I was really hoping that would be level 4. We don't have to go for it. I don't want to, like, spend too much time grinding, because you lose all your progress every run. No weapons, by the way. Kind of crazy. We could really use a sword. This is not your typical run. Usually you get, like, a basic weapon or something by now. We can check with you. You might have something for us. Pot shop? You can look up what each of these is. I'm fairly certain that one of these cheapest ones, like these 3 cost, one of these is gonna be a preservation pot, and then one of these, not this 1300, one of these 1500s, I guess we wouldn't know. One of these might be, the rough pot might be an identification pot, but it's hard to say, and we don't really have money. You know, if we had money, I don't want to get rid of my fixer. These are all really good scrolls. I'm just gonna use this. Get the max HP. Max HP early is pretty good. Dude, he hits for a truck. We're dead. Oh, we're dead. That's fine. We didn't get any... If I had weapons and stuff, I'd be a little bit more... like, oh, we should, you know, continue that run. But generally, you get, like, a basic weapon, basic shield in the first dungeon. And then you're just chilling. Yeah, like this. You get a shield. You've got a shield. You know. No sword, no shield. Kinda sus, you know? And there is something about, like, trying to win every run, you know? Like, having a really high win rate. I don't care too much, because that would have taken me... If you want to win every run, you'd have to, like, over-level, you know? I certainly could have not died there if I played it better. But, you do. Onigiri? You can have my onigiri for life grass. Oh no, we're out of food. It probably doesn't matter. This is the wind blade, so this not a very strong weapon until you unlock synthesis. But you can technically get a ton of things that'll let you buff the damage on it. We just missed like 4 times in a row. But it's certainly a good weapon for AoE, like monster houses, and that sort of thing. And any weapon is better than our bare fists, so we're chilling. Now, I did say earlier that I wanted to maybe stay 1 level ahead of the floor. But that just didn't happen. I'm gonna do a strategy here where I get some Gitan in my inventory. And you can use Gitan to kind of throw it, and it does a lot of damage. It does like 20% or something like that of the damage of the stack when you throw it. So like this Pumpkaboo right here, if he's a little bit sketchy for us, we don't have any ranged attacks. We don't need to use the Gitan here because he's just moving around. He's side strafing. But if we needed to, it gives us a little bit of a safety option for these Pumpkaboo. They're not strong enemies, but for us they're strong. I think I'm gonna go on. If we wanted to be safer, he can only steal... If this guy steals all our money... I shouldn't have picked that up. Oh, I shouldn't have picked that up. Holy shit, boys! Oh, we're so strong. We're so strong, boys. I will pick this Gitan up, though. And we have a large onigiri. We don't have to worry about food for a long time. Better shield. Bronze shield? Not better. There's another item down there. Second onigiri? Dude, we got one of the best swords in the game. Now, the smart people will say, well, it doesn't have any rune slots. I would say we don't have synthesis, so rune slots don't matter. That's a shadow bind trap. It just prevents you from moving for a little bit. It would be nice to have a preservation pot here, because then we could save our onigiri prevent it from getting burned. But burnt onigiri's not that bad. Iron shield, Froggo stopper. Plating scroll's nice. I might pick this up. This can save our sword. Alternatively, we can sell these because we're not going to use them. The wooden shield +3 would be really nice. Actually, it's stronger than this. I'm going to keep this, the wooden shield. Pot use? Empathetic is pretty good. I might sell it, though, because it's worth a lot of money. And I kind of want to buy some stuff. We also don't really need it to kill ninjas. We can sell our antidote grass, because we're not going to fight the, we're not going in the poison place as well. Trap Eraser's nice if we run into a monster house. Yeah, let's sell this for 2,000. And then let's buy the plating here. And then we can put on our wooden shield. And then we're going to upgrade. Over here's the blacksmith. You can upgrade a weapon. And we're going to upgrade our big sword. Get it +2. We're going to use the plating scroll. Is there a warehouse in this? There's no warehouse in this village. Did we skip anything? No, we're chilling. It'll tell us if we skipped any of the story events in the village. Because you just want to do all the story events so you can unlock all the characters and all the dungeons. We're gonna go on. Let's use the plating scroll right here. I want to keep this. Let's get that plated. So the water ninja in here, they can rust your equipment, which will reduce the upgrade level of them. And it's not great. We're just gonna run back. We gotta regen a little bit. How am I supposed to play around missing like 3 attacks in a row? Fullness. We have food. We have 2 food. I'm gonna eat one of these early. Because we're likely gonna grill the other one. This is probably... I forgot to check the... Checking the price doesn't matter. All of the pot use ones cost the same. I was supposed to check if... Let's make sure this is a rejuve. This is a rejuve. The reason we want to make sure that it's a rejuve is because this could be like something bad, like a walrus pot. And then we could try to use it like a rejuvenation pot and then just get killed. I do like to check all the items on a floor. Just regen in place. These ninjas are a little bit more dangerous. Is this guy... Okay, no, okay. 3? Dude, I don't have any... I do not oh, we got one? Let's heal before we go on. Belly max. Here we go. I think I'd rather have some max HP than these herbs, so we're gonna use these as well. We can keep one of these just in case we need it, but the herbs have kind of lost their useful lifespan, I would say. Flared pot. You have my interest. Put in. Let's put in. I don't really care about the confusion grass. I don't really care about the confusion grass. This is a cash-in pot. I'll just name it money or something. I don't have the cash-in pot identified, so I can't use the checklist. It's annoying because like typing out all the names is tedious. But we'll eventually. The staffs being identified right off rip is actually so crazy. Iron shield. Same as wooden shield. We'll keep this unequipped in case our wooden shield loses some upgrade value from a water ninja. All right, here we go. Floor 6, floor 30. A lot of these story events are nice, but I'm just gonna kind of be going through them. I might make a couple little comments on the story, but it's not the biggest, my biggest interest with the game. The story is decent, though. Narrow escape staffs are really good, because they do two things for you. They both get enemies out of the way and paralyze them. Heavy pot could be preservation pot. Let's put something in it. The iron shield's not high priority. Herb is the least value. Gitan? This is actually the least value. I think the herb is technically the least value. This is a preservation pot. Prez. We're probably just gonna use the herb right off rip. We don't really need 25 healing. It's not a sizable amount. The sand ninja can randomly blind you. Now, I will say, we have just kind of been ceiling staves are really good. Not better than a narrow escape staff, but probably we don't need to hold on to Gitan like that. Removal trap, fine. We do want to kill these guys. We want to farm EXP. The weapon is unlikely to be better than what we have. We can't throw Gitan at these guys because they'll bounce it back. Thrown items, magic staff bullets, and cannonballs. So that... I don't know if that was a enemy that could kill us if we missed, but we could have used Jitter's Scroll. I don't know, it feels excessive. If I die, I die, you know? Maybe that's not what I should be saying. Floor 8 into the dungeon. This is a monster house. You can see the monsters before we go in. If I had Swift Grass here, that'd be really good. Trap Eraser or Seawell is both good. I might use the Seawell Grass here. We have Windblade. I think Windblade is just enough to clear this entire monster house here. We're just going to use a Windblade right off rip. It should kill most things in here. Yeah, it just kills everything. Perfect. I'm going to use the Trap Eraser Scroll. I think the Seawell can be better than Trap Eraser. Iron Shield +2 better than Wooden Shield. It's +3, might be worth keeping. We can put stuff in the preservation pot. So we can put the large Onigiri. You can put multiples in at the same time by pressing R. It's nice to keep something like a Jitter Scroll. And we can keep the Fixer Scrolls in there too. We can also place this, put it in our pocket here. Water Splitter. Second preservation pot with 5 inventory spots is crazy. Let's grab more stuff first. Heavenly Scroll? Dude. Oh, we're high rolling? There's something of a high roller. We got the +3 out of the Heavenly Scroll too. Was that blessed? Oh my gosh, we're at a +6. I don't want to say that we're looking like we could win this run, but I have very positive thoughts about how this run is going. Let's go up here. That way we don't wake them both up at the same time and have to deal with it. Identifier Scroll. I'm just going to use this to identify what we already know. We got all of it identified. And now when we run into this, we can, like in the future, we can use the naming. Water Drain Scroll. Not that useful, but we can just put it in our preservation pot and have it for later. Herb. Just eat the herb. What item did we leave up there? Shield. It's unupgraded and it has no runes. There's actually very little reason to keep it with us outside of money. Which I don't care that much. The money's not that important. That's a shame. We got a pot out of it. Caching pot. Caching pots do sell for a decent amount of money. And we have space because we can put stuff in our preservation pot. We can also eat stuff. I'm just going to put a bunch of weapons and materials in our preservation pot for now. We can use this. I'd like to keep this for later. I'd like to use the Fortune Grass when we're like above level 20. Is kind of how I'm feeling. I know that's a long time to keep the Fortune Grass around, but I think we're naturally going to be level 10 plus. Huge Onigiri is crazy. We need to put that in the preservation pot. We can take out a Water Drain Scroll. and put the huge onigiri in there. We should take out another one. Let's take out this. Let's just eat the large onigiri here. It will replenish 100, and we're missing 101 or something. Identifier? There's other ways to figure it out, but it's nice to have these. Water walk is somewhat useful. Do we not have the monster bracelet? That was from the first run. Okay. I'm forgetting that we lost and died very quickly into our last run. Maybe I shouldn't have aggroed him there. I think about like 48 is good, because I can see him doing like... We don't need to keep 2 of these for healing. Actually, we don't need to keep any of them because we have the rejuve pot. We have a rejuve pot and a fixer scroll, so we don't really need to keep the... I forgot what it's called. It's the healing herb that gives you 2 max HP. It's like the slightly stronger healing herb. I shouldn't have done that. That was a misplay. They missed? I'm a god gamer? Never punished? Now we're at the small harbor. This place is nice because you can... There's a little warehouse here, as well as there's an inn, which you can recover your strength and stomach and all that. Can we run into Hibiki? I think out of all of the companions, Hibiki is my favorite to see. Because I think she's just stronger than the rest of them. That might be a little bit, you know, rude. Because, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. But she, like, debuffs enemies constantly. She'll eat, like, a swift grass and double her speed constantly. She also does good damage, and like you don't need to bring your own equipment. I think having any companion is really good, but I think Hibiki is probably the strongest, in my opinion. I don't know if that's Is there anything in here? No. Yeah, I don't think talking to any of these does anything. She just tells you to have a Windblade scroll. This is the warehouse. This is not the warehouse at the start of the game, so if you get like a warehouse pot, your stuff won't go there. At this inn, you can recover your HP fullness and strength. We're currently max strength, and we don't really need the fullness. Sometimes you'll get additional effects out of that place. Scroll. I like scrolls. Heavenly scrolls. A plating scroll might be nice. I might take the plating scroll. I would have loved to see a wind blade. I think I'd just take the plating. We're about to go into the water area. We already have a water drain scroll. We can also sell some stuff. The ceiling staff. We don't need 2 stacks of narrow escape, I think. We can sell our caching pots too. Throwing Gitan is pretty strong, so you can like turn... Like we could make a Gitan stack of like 300 and... 3,360. And this would do like 500 damage or something. It'd do a ton of damage when we throw it at an enemy. But it also destroys the money. So that's just something to keep in mind. What else was he selling? Fixer scrolls are pretty good. I think we already have one. I don't think we need anything else. I'm gonna go... We can just use the plating scroll at the next dungeon. It's nice to be level 10 before you go into the underground passage. Underwater passage. Oh, that's a little spicy. Let's set shortcut for A. I think we'll probably be using either an arrow or a thunderbolt charge on this guy. Let's do an arrow. I should set this as B. And let's use our plating scroll before I forget. I do want to explore this place. Fuck. That's the danger of running down hallways. I think we might be able to just... Okay, I was a little over-concerned about that. I just stepped... Okay, we didn't trigger it. Bow Boy is very rough. If you run into Bow Boy and Kappa, you can... I don't want to get into a 2v1. I overestimate these guys because usually in a run you don't have a Manji Kabura, and things are significantly harder when you get to around here. Windblade is so good to have. Having a Windblade is such a nice feeling. Like, you don't have to worry about enemies doing nearly as much damage. I'm inclined to go like here. This is going to give that guy a little buff, but we can probably 1v1 this guy. And then just full heal. Oh, hey. Scroll shop? We already bought scrolls. Earthly scroll, probably. This is just scaling. We don't need the Onigiri scroll. I'll buy the Earthly scroll. I'm just gonna read it right away. Now, these guys are a little bit sketchy. We have ceiling scrolls. Narrow escape staff. We don't actually have the capabilities to... I want to be further away from him. To deal with evolved enemies. So I might avoid Revival Grass, thank you. I'm gonna put that in our preservation pot. If we ran into... If something evolved from one of these Ghost Samurais, we'd have a really tough time with it. We might be able to do Crossbow Boy. I'd rather fight Crossbow Boy in the hallway. He's gonna come to me. I might want to use an iron arrow here. Yeah, we're good. That's not a lot of EXP for the risk, I think. But that was like pretty safe because Crossbow Boy can't see like more than one space away in the hallways. So if you can fight him in a hallway or as he's coming out of a hallway, it's a lot safer. This might be where we discover Behemoth Gates. Dude, our weapon's insane. I'm not used to being this strong. Now this is Crossbow Boy, but he's in a hallway. It would be nice to have some rocks or something for the behemoths. We do have Windblade Scroll, which will let us take out one behemoth. We might want to think about using our Fortune Grass to get a level this floor, just so that we might be able to survive a behemoth attack. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. There we go. We're chilling. Whenever the enemy dodges like 5 attacks of mine in the row, I'm not feeling so good, Mr. Stark. Where's that bow boy? Dude, that's actually crazy. This is the crazy... Okay, you can't... I'm gonna get closer. Oh, no, he's smart. Will he shoot here? Can I pick up arrows from here? It'll come to me. What's the shortcut for this? Is it examine? Okay, there we go. Infinite arrows, baby! I don't intend to do this for too long. In fact, let me go into my configuration. Display. Let's do type 2, I think. We don't need that much space for the... Yeah, let's do type 2. We'll probably stop at like 50 or something. Is the Kappa... Okay. That could be dangerous, because he could have leveled up, and then we'd be... That is pretty spicy. The Kappa's also gonna throw an arrow at us. He missed. He missed. I don't want to say we've been very lucky, but we have experienced greater than average luck in this run. Removal trap is fine. Just remember to put your stuff back on. I forgot that I had a water walk bracelet, I'll be honest. Fixer scroll. What can I drop? A little early to use the fortune scroll. Probably drop a crescent blade or a water splitter. Exploding monsters are pretty rare. I think we can just throw the crescent blade out. And put this in the preservation pot. We don't actually need that many fixer scrolls, but... Spinning trap. Oh, that might be stronger than what we have right now. It actually isn't, if you'd believe that. I don't know if it is better for our shield. We definitely want to take it, so we're gonna drop, let's drop the wooden shield, I think. That sounds wrong. Plating, we can plate it. Pick it up. Alright, we're chilling. Rocks! Dude, rocks! We don't need the bronze sword. We can exchange. Where's the exchange option? Did we pick up rock? We did pick up rock. Let's put this guy on X. That's kind of like the rock. That's the number that I like for rocks. This looks like a rough room. I might just leave. My cat's, if my microphone sounds weird, it's because my cat is rubbing on it. And, you know, I love my cat. And, I'm obligated to let him be a good little boy, you know? He wants attention. He's used to getting fed around, like, 3:30. And this is being recorded at 12:47. So he would love to get some food. We're gonna back up here. I don't want him rubbing on my microphone, though, because that's gonna, like, mess up all the audio. I might have to... He's rubbing his head on my mic. I'm gonna have to pick him up and put him on the floor. I'm sorry, kitty. Sorry, kitty. Little bit of recording error there. This guy normally is pretty bad, but we have rust proof on both of our pieces of gear, so he's not actually that bad. What is bad is the number of enemies remaining in the room. You want to go back one more? We don't need the wooden arrow. We could make a 400 XP. We're gonna let that guy... No, we're gonna throw a rock at this guy. We do want the sluggish staff. The sluggish staff enables us to kill way above our weight class. We're gonna use the Scene Eyegrass. Like, with a sluggish staff, we can actually kill the, Swiftgrass is so good. Swiftgrass lets us kill above our weight class, too. We'll exchange with the bronze sword. We might go see Crossbow Boy. I don't want to fight a Crossbow Boy. Let's get out of here. We do want to use a large Onigiri here. At some point, we should be running into behemoths. That's a lot of dudes. Okay, they're not going up towards me. That could be spicy. I don't know what leveled up. It didn't level up, it's just the ghost guy spawning. Collection scrolls, so good. We might just use this here. And skip the rest of this floor. Maybe we use it on the next floor. Go that way. We want it to be a little bit further away from us so that we can decide if we want to fight what he's run into. He didn't run into anything. Go to one of the ghost Sam. You freaking ghost. Grab the Gitan. Poor pathing. Baby tank is fucking terrifying. I don't think we want to try to fight a baby tank. I think it's Swift 1 movement speed. We're gonna back up here. Oh, fuck. We have to send baby tank away. The problem with narrow escape staff is we have to fight it later on. But it's not a problem. That's a problem for future me, not current me. Dragon Killer? Dragon Killer is a nice effect to have. We don't need the seawall grass. We don't need the ceiling staff. We don't need water drain. Dude, I love that the baby tank left me the fuck alone. I appreciate it. Oh my god, we're fucked. We need to use another... We might need to use... Sluggish doesn't even save us is the problem. We just have to swing another one of these. Rest up here. We have Swiftgrass. I'm thinking we want to use the Swiftgrass here. And we need you dead. He's gonna spawn. We need to kill him. And then we can kill Baby Tank. There we go. That was a little rough. But we had the materials to get through it. Let's upgrade. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep... We're not gonna use the katana. It's very strong, but we're just gonna keep... Oh my goodness. +9? I'm him, boys. I don't know if there's anything we need to run into here. Oh, we just run here. Let's go down here just to check. Nope, nothing. Alright, we're chilling. We can just go on. Behemoths. Now we need to be... Now we need to... We have rocks, so it's not a big issue. We do... Okay, we're chilling. I am gonna try to full clear the rooms. Still huge onigiris, huge. Let's take out the fixer scroll. Honestly, we don't even need the wave splitter. I just want to put my huge onigiri in the preservation pot so it doesn't turn into rotten onigiri. We don't need the water splitter. We don't even have synthesis. This will kill. I just had to do some measurement. I know there's the blocks there, but sometimes it's hard. We do want the Windblade scroll. Having a second Windblade is super important for Jukaku, I feel. It's better than a Jitter scroll. It might be time to use the Fortune Grass, is kind of how I'm feeling. Just remember to use your items. Like arrows, if you get like a bunch of free arrows, just use them. We have the wind blade. Okay, we're good. You can get through Behemoth Diamond Pot. What's a diamond pot? Could be identifying pot. Could be... It could be caching pot, right? I'm inclined to put the collection scroll in it. Or the confusion. Confusion is probably the cheapest one, in my opinion. Let's look inside. It looks like an ordinary pot. It could also be identifying. I fucked up. Didn't fuck up that bad. Sometimes you have to think. The metal head will attack one square in front of you. We can just go here. We do so much attack damage that a lot of these enemies that would normally be very dangerous for us are no longer as dangerous. I'm just gonna eat this. Wrong one. I threw the wrong one. That's the last door there. And then we want to go down and check what item the Behemoth Gate dropped. Slumber Scroll. Slumber Scroll uniquely has a downside. If you don't have, like, wind scrolls to follow it up or something, you will just die. Let's just read this to grab the Behemoth item. Swift Grass, Fortune Grass. I do like Fortune Grass. We don't need Water Splitter. I would like a Slumber Scroll. I might like a Slumber Scroll better than a Jitter Scroll. We can put the Slumber Scroll in the pot. I don't know what the pot is, but we can put it in there. Even if it's an identifier pot, it's not a big deal to have the Slumber Scroll in it. I love to see pots. The reason that we could attack there was because he was in the long pot. We can put Sedating Grass in here. Oh, it's a use. Walrus? Water gun pot. Okay. Water gun pots do sell for a good amount. Probably not more than Kame Ichi. Probably more than a Wooden Shield 3. Oh, we need to put something in there. We can put the Kame Ichi in there. Herb. Just use it. At this point, I'm feeling like it might be around time to speed through clearing. We can test if we have a, if this is an identifier. A rousing bracelet. It is an identifier pot. We don't have it yet, but this is identify. My cat is back up here again. He's shoving his butt in my mic. He's headbutting everything. Oh, little baby. Alright, we're gonna take a little break here. And let me swap scenes on here. I'll be right back. I'll probably edit this out. That's good for now. We'll be back. I'm gonna go feed the cat. Try to mute Mike. Alright, gamers, we are back. Let me swap back to the scene. The cat wanted some food. I have obliged him. That should... What'd I make wet? Nothing? Perfect. Sometimes when you accidentally step on water, honestly, there is an idea of just not having that equipped. Because you can randomly make your scrolls wet. I wanted to check what item was up there, because I've forgotten already what I left up there. Shield. If I left it up there, it's probably not important. We are so far above curve right now. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, we have a 23 strength weapon, and I think the game intends for you to have, like, a 9 strength weapon. We're gonna get in here, just so that we don't have to worry about the, metalhead attacking us. We can put this in the identify pot. If it's good, rapid fire's really fucking good, dude. We should be breaking this here. We probably break this. We don't need to break it here because we're so far above curve. We could get infinite wooden arrows by throwing rocks on this pressure plate, but we already have iron arrows, so it's useless. That is something we could do if I felt like we needed more arrows. Also, if that was poison arrows, we would probably do it just to get a couple poison arrows, because poison arrows are so strong in this game. Grass? Dragon grass? You love to see it. Swift grass is so good. Swift grass is better than dragon grass. We might just be using the Identify pot as extra storage space. Or we might just use the water drain scroll this floor, because I don't really need... We have a water walking bracelet. We don't really need it. Dragon Grass is like a ranged attack, which is really strong. Shield. Watchful Shield's really good. It makes you evasive. Poison Arrow. I know I just talked about poison arrows. These aren't good against Jikaku, because Jikaku gets attack power from poison arrows, but these are really good against, like, dragons and stuff. It's not a lot of poison arrows, but it's probably worth it. We can probably undo shortcut. I don't think the Sedating Grass... Sedating Grass is like one enemy. It lets us kill that enemy. Sealing Staff isn't that important. The Knockback, I think, is super important. The Sluggish is super important. Maybe I'm just using the Fortune Grass here. We're not really using the Water Gun pot either. I get warped. Bro, please? They're conspiring against me? My own arrow trap? We'll check this since we're here. Let me see what the grass is. Power-up grass? Power-up grass is really good for the boss fight. I think it's a little early and speculative to take it here. It's also pretty good. Like, it pairs extremely well with Swiftgrass. I like to keep one Seawell trap for monster houses. Because, like, the traps in this game are very punishing. Log trap. Okay, we're good. We're just gonna go on. You don't need to check every single floor, or like every single room and every single floor. We are pretty far above level curve, so I'm pretty comfortable moving on. That was a wind blade. That's fine. Ooh, Minotaurs might be a little spicy. We could use a poison arrow on a Minotaur. We only have 4 of them, though. It's kind of rough. We might just use Iron Arrow. That way he can get less attacks off. We should use Iron Arrows on Minotaurs. Usually I don't have Iron Arrows, so I kind of am forgetting that I have them. Ghost Radishes are also pretty scary because they can randomly inflict status on you. That's an upgrader. Honestly, just keep upgrading this. 11. 11. Holy cow. Water gun pot, we don't need. We already turned it down earlier. Ghost Radish? 19's pretty good. Onigiri, we're just gonna eat. These chickens are super good. I think I can shoot 2 of them. He's probably gonna run away. It's a shame if you don't get the Thief Walrus. Paralyzing Staff is pretty good. I rate Paralyzing Staff higher than Sealing Staff. I don't think there's anything that we're gonna need. Sealing Staff is nice to have for... I might keep the Sealing Staff. Sealing Staff is nice to have for the poison scorpions. Antidote's good to have for the poison scorpions. We don't need a sedating. We can exchange here. We don't need sedating with so many staffs. It'd be nice to get rid of something in our preservation pots to make room for scrolls that we need, because the wind blades are actually pretty important. Oh, fuck. I don't want him stealing one of my pots. Yeah, that's actually fine. That's like, I had to use some brain power there, because he'll go for any item that you throw out. Fuck me, go away. Oh, that's the one that I already fought. Porky Rock. It might be better to have left him dead. Can I get a chicken? Can you send a hen up here? There's a chicken. You love to see the chicken. Oh, we're just gonna use normal iron arrows. Oh, 400 EXP. I needed to use iron arrows before you were right in front of me. This is probably fine. I'm pretty lucky. I'm what they call pretty lucky. Usually you level up to like 19 there, but there's more chickens. There's more opportunities. We have enough onigiri. It feels strange to just take the stairs. Fuck me. These guys are slow. So if they spawn on you like that, you can just whack them and kill them. The chicken. I want to kill the chicken. Berserk status, dude. I might be terrified actually. Only 25. That's fine. I tried to shoot a poison arrow at him. Let's do a second one as well. This is our first shop. Earthly scroll, I want. We can sell stuff here. We're gonna keep the katana. I'm probably going in here and I'm selling that one. Sealing staffs are fairly decent to sell, I feel. We do want to sell our bracelets here. I think we can sell the water walking bracelet. We can sell... We can break the identify pot. Take the slumber scroll. We don't need the rousing bracelet, I think. We do want the rapid fire bracelet, so we can exchange there. Equip that. I think I'm gonna sell the sealing staffs as well. I know I was talking about how they're useful, and they're gonna be useful pretty soon, but I am nothing if not inconsistent. Knockback is not as needed, I think. I'm gonna place that down as well. Vaulting. I'm gonna pick up the earthly scroll. Confusion, Origatsu, might as well. Otogirisu. Yeah. Dude, the rapid fire's crazy. Do I know what this is? No idea. We also don't have the identify pot. We could check how much it's worth. How much is this worth? 2,000? Dude, I don't know what the 2,000 prices are on them. We'll keep it on us. Because I'd like to get it identified, and if you take it all the way through the dungeon, all the way to the end, you can get it identified. Serpent scale shield's pretty good. Our stuff is just so strong right now. We're unlikely to take too much more stuff outside of just what we use. The Minotaurs aren't really that much worth killing. Nice little soak. We can technically leave some stuff here. Like, we could leave the fluorite bracelet here. We should use the earthly scroll. I might leave the fluorite bracelet here. It is something that I would like to get. I'm gonna take it. I lied. Let's pick it up. It's something that I would like to get identified, but I don't really care about having. It's just having it identified is useful. Dragon Killer? Dragon Killer's nice, but we're probably not in the market for it right now. Dude, why are you so fast? He's just gonna steal something. I don't know if there's much I can do about it. Oh, he's berserked. He can't steal stuff. Dude, our weapon is so strong. I kind of want to use the Fortune Grass here. I have kind of been hurting in terms of, like, I want more inventory space. Also use the scroll. I'm just gonna go on. We're level 22. I think we're above curve. Oh! I'm feeling a narrow escape staff here. We'd also just use arrows. 37 arrows is kind of tight with the rapid fire. This is gonna go quick. I think we might want to just use the paralyzing staff. I'm terrified. We're good. Okay. Let's go up here. Take this guy out as quick as we can. Let's just heal up before we do anything else. It's a little sketchy in this neighborhood. Earthly scroll? Dude. We're so strong. Strength grass? Dude, we're so strong. I'm just gonna eat this. We have rejuvenation pot, so I don't think I need it. It might be different if it's healing grass, but like that's a big might, and that's also speculative. Those guys are pretty slow, so we have a second rejuve pot. Crazy. I think I'm just gonna use the paralyzing staff again. I rate the paralyzing staff generally lower than the narrow escape staff. I think I'm gonna use the paralyzing staff again. We're gonna heal up first. That's why you heal up. Like, there's just so much random stuff that can happen. It's just always better to, like, not run around half dead. Like, you pick up an item and then there's suddenly an enemy, you know? The mysterious maiden. We have to go save the mysterious maiden. I like to see pots. Let's heal up first. Water gun pot could be useful. We have inventory space right now, so there's no reason to not keep it, you know? 38 is a lot of damage. Explodichin? We're probably just leaving him there. He's in a corridor, so he doesn't see me. Is how I think this works. I'm gonna shoot 2 arrows at him. Yeah. I don't think I need to use arrows for the ninjas. Totally stoked to skip that hunger trap. Where's out of here? Is it up here? We can eat the onigiri. Maybe I hold too much onigiri, is kind of how I'm feeling. We probably want to use maybe some arrows here. He's gonna burn shit. What's up there? Staves? What was this? Narrow escape staff? Better than the paralyzing staff. We can exchange there. We're high enough that I think we could take that water guy if he decided to come over towards us. Preservation pot. I love to see it. Let's swap with that. And then let's, in this preservation... In this... Where's the preservation pot? Okay, here it is. In this preservation pot, let's put in our wind blades. So we have a slumber and 2 wind blades. We're probably not using the slumber against the final boss, but the wind blades will be really nice. I think we just go. Skull Mage over there. Maybe we can get out. If we go down, he doesn't have the angle on us. I want that grass. He did switching on us. Give me the rock. I do want that grass still. You motherfucker. That's fine. Heal up first. Hypnotizer. Little spicy. He will hypnotize you, and that makes it so that you will do random things on your turn. And it can be pretty bad because you can like just throw pots around and break them. Generally a pretty scary enemy to run into. I don't think we're gonna... Oh my goodness. We're just running away. There's two there. I don't want to use an item on them. They made me swift. I'm taking the opportunity. They're chasing after me. They want me. Here we go. And we're in the mountain. Okay, so the second arrow he'll catch. That's good to know for the Kappa. Okay, yeah, all our stuff is in pots. There's a dude in here that's making it dark. Yeah, I was trying to find him. I'm gonna search around a little bit more. I think I have to kill the Kappas. Enemies have a chance to wake up when you leave or enter a room, or when you're near them. It's not guaranteed, but it is annoying. I'll heal up first. Always remember to heal up before using these for max HP. Healing grass is pretty good. There might be some reason to keep this around, because it does cure all your status effects, but I have 2 rejuvenation pots, and I think I have enough healing, so I'm just gonna use it. There's a shop. We're gonna go for this guy. I think I want to shoot these guys. Because I was on top of the teleportation trap, that's why the Porco still hit us. I just want to check the shields and the pot here, I think. Crescent pot. I don't have it identified yet. What's the scroll? Windblade? I would consider another Windblade, and I think I'm taking it. I respect Windblades quite a bit, because I'm thinking, like... Get me out of here, get me out of here! If we run into, like, a monster house, or, like, a whole house room, where, like, the floor is just a bunch of enemies... I think we shoot the arrows. That's a lot of EXP. Porco? Porco gives so much EXP. Everything in this mountain... Oh my gosh, there's 2 Porcos. The Porcos can hit you in the dark. What did he take? Swift Grass? I kinda want that. That's gonna be really good in the... Rotten Onigiri is technically... I don't use it as food, is what I'd say. It's a really good... Okay, there's our Swift Grass back. We have inventory space for it, perfect. We're probably dropping the water gun pot. We should have sold the water gun pot when we were at the shop, but I forgot. I was just trying to be quick about it. This game do run quite long. I'm just gonna get over here. Hold. Porco rocks are good, dude. We have when we run out of arrows, we can use Porco rocks. We can actually start using them now because we're running into so many Porcos. Oh, we don't need to use arrows here. Where's the exit? Over here? Scroll? Plating scroll? We already have plating on everything. Like, it's on our katana, too. Onigiri? Rotten onigiri? We don't eat rotten onigiri. Let's put the water gun pot over here. Just checking the scrolls. Blank scroll, pick up instantly. Do I have space somewhere? How do I make space? We could just turn this into like a heavenly scroll or something. I might just do that. I might just turn this into a heavenly scroll. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. How do I live? Oh, dude, this would suck if this was how I die here. I'm gonna just... Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. Oh, fuck me, dude. Oh, use it. So that's a revival grass used. That's unfortunate. That was just a misinput and unfortunate. We have a lot less. Are you friendly now? Trap Eraser, Dragon Grass. It doesn't even matter, dude. You don't have good stuff anymore. What's down here? Give me more revival grass. Seawall grass. Preservation pot. Caching pot. Useless. We could sell it, but I don't care. Icewall Village. We're gonna go in here and see what you got. Healing grass, strength grass. I'm gonna sell this bracelet. I know we don't need that many narrow escapes. We don't need the rotten onigiri. I want the healing and strength, I think. Confusion might be nice. Let's rest here. We have plenty of money. Money's not that important. Max HP, nice. I don't know if there's anything in these houses. That's the mixer, the tail of the mixer. I don't think we can run into mixers just yet. That's like a run number 2. Like, you gotta do some more story events before you can unlock mixers. We'll use this stuff once we get in there. Maybe we should have kept the second bracelet. The max HP increases don't seem like a lot, but it adds up. We have a fixer scroll. A little bit of stick drift, I'm sorry. Seawall grass. Slanted pot? I don't even know what this could be. Have we ran into a transmutation pot yet? Let me put a seawall grass in here. Warehouse pot or bottomless pot? I'll call this warehouse, and if it turns out to be a bottomless pot, it is what it is, you know? It's not that big of a deal if it's a bottomless pot. We're out of iron arrows. I think he outranges me when we're using rocks as well. We could use Thunderbolt Staff. I just want to run up to him and whack him. Swift Grass? Dude, you love to have so much Swift Grass. Swift Grass is so good. Porco. Do you outrange me? You do. There. I didn't see you there, dragon. I'm blind. I think we can trade with you. You're a little dangerous. I'm debating using a poison arrow. And I think I'm gonna... That's 2 poison arrows. Oh, that's so much poison. I didn't need to use 2 poison arrows, but there's not really much I can do about... There's something nearby. It's back all the way up here. I don't know where it is. Maybe I shouldn't be running down hallways if there's something so close by. I probably need to be using something on him to make that a little bit safer. Can you use Sluggish on... This is such a scary room. The angle means that if I go back here, they won't run into me. I can back up a second one. Identifier scroll would be nice for the warehouse pot. I'm gonna throw some rocks. I didn't need to do that. We're good. Iron Arrow 5. 11 Iron Arrows is really good. I think I'm gonna switch my Thunderbolt Staff to Y. And put my iron arrows on A. And proceed. Oh, Nudulu? Get out of my inventory. Get out of there! I should have healed first. Please die. Thank you. There's an enemy nearby. Bullfrog. The radishes scare me a lot because they can throw, like, confusion grass at you. I need to use something on this guy. It's probably the Sluggish Staff. He doesn't have vision. I can back up without him shooting me with fire. Earthly Scroll, really good. Just use this right off rip. Life Grass, just use it. We have plenty of healing. It's unupgraded? We have space in our inventory right now. I should have used a ranged thing. We should have used some rocks. We have so many rocks. We want to be... Why can't... This is a Nudulu. We're going to use rocks here. And then you're good. See, like, if you're right here, he can shoot fire at you. But if you throw the rocks right here, he can't shoot fire at you. So you want to be offset when you throw the rocks at the dragon. He's blue. This might be a poison arrow angle. I think I can just throw rocks. 39. 39. Okay, we're good. Let's heal up first. This is the last floor before... We're gonna throw rocks. Go sideways. Hopping Slugger. This is why the Swift Grass is so well, because, like, ranged things don't work on every enemy. So if you run into, like, a max level Slugger, Sluggish Trap is pretty... Oh, fuck me, we're leaving. Yeah, we're leaving. We're leaving. We're not at full health, but, like, that's kind of scary. Maybe I should have paralysis there, instead of just rushing into final boss. We have so many resources, though. I am kind of concerned with how dangerous the enemies are going to be. Because we don't have Revival Grass. Which can be quite annoying. Let's use the Swift Grass immediately. And then with that, we're going to use a Wind Blade. And a second Wind Blade. And a third Wind Blade. What was on the ground? Square pot? I don't even know what that is. Is that something that I can... I don't know. I can take it with me. Our arrows will hit from here. Our Thunderbolt Staff will hit from here. I'm gonna use the arrows first. This is our last arrow. We're gonna use Thunderbolt Staff. You spawned in. We can't quite use rocks. I might use a Sluggish here. We don't want to use poison arrows because they buff him. We can throw our Antidote Grass, which will do damage. What else do we have? We have a Narrow Escape. We can use the Seawall Grass, or we could throw Dawn Tanuki. What's in here? Jitter Scroll? Fixer Scroll? He's still so far away. Let's just use the Seawall Grass. He should come up one. Throw all rocks. There we go. Swift Grass is so overpowered. And we had the Rapid Fire. He never stood a chance. And there we go. That was the main story for Shiren the Wanderer 6, Serpentcoil Island. I've had a bunch of fun with this game. Generally, you'll probably lose a couple runs before getting to the top, but you do have to do a couple runs of the main island to unlock all the other dungeons and all the companions. Like, you don't start out with any of the companions. You have to do their little stories. And there's not too much story events that happen in your first run. So, we might do a couple more runs. And it's also nice to do some, like, online rescues as well. So, I'll plan on releasing some more videos of this. It'd be nice to do every single dungeon. Just release a little video for every single dungeon. But I'm gonna let the credits play, and I'll be back in a bit. Sorry about that. I went to use the restroom while the credits were playing, and I didn't realize that the credits were going to be so short. You didn't think the story was over, did you? No, 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 monsieur. But yeah, that was the first run for Serpentcoil Island, and we had a little hiccup on our first little attempt, but it all went good from there on. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.